The young woman stops the man from entering the building and says, "Leave right now. There's no one here for you." A man walking up from behind says loudly, "Hey, what are you doing at the office entrance?" The young woman says nervously, "Manager Lee. He says he's here looking for someone. Just look at his clothes. They're so old and worn out. Who would someone like him even be here to see?" Manager Lee says seriously, "All right, I understand. You can get back to work." As soon as the young woman leaves, the poor man asks, "Is there a girl named Meng Meng who works here?" Manager Lee looks at him in surprise and thinks, "Meng Meng? That's our boss's name. But why would a country guy be looking for our boss?" Then he asks, "Why are you looking for Meng Meng? What's going on?" The poor man says softly, "Meng Meng and I grew up together. We were childhood friends. We even went to school together. Later, she went to college. Her family couldn't afford it, so I worked hard doing manual labor to pay for her education. I always wanted her to achieve her dreams. A little while ago, she wrote me a letter saying she had started her own business. She asked me to come to the city and find her. This is the letter she wrote. Her address is written in it. And this jade pendant is a symbol of our love." Manager Lee says awkwardly, "Brother, I'm really sorry. There's no one by that name working at our company." The poor man pleads, "Please, just let me go inside." Suddenly, Manager Lee thinks to himself, "I have a jade pendant exactly like this. She had one just like it too. If I can get that pendant and the letter," then he says to the man, "How about this? Give me both of them. I'll keep asking around the company for you. If I find that person, I'll give these to her. For now, you should head home." Without thinking twice, the poor man hands him the pendant and the letter, then says, "All right, I'll come back in a few days and get them from you." As Manager Lee walks away, the man calls after him, "I'll come back." A few moments later, Manager Lee walks into the office and says, "Boss, here's the file you asked for. I'll leave it right here. Are you thirsty? Would you like me to get you some water?" The woman replies seriously, "No thank you." "Who are you?" The man explains, "I'm the new manager. My secretary is on temporary leave, so I'm filling in today." As soon as the woman notices the jade pendant around his neck, she asks in surprise, "Where did you get that jade pendant?" Manager Lee replies softly, "My childhood friend gave it to me. We were very close when we were kids. Later, we were separated because of school. I've been looking for her for years. I have no way to contact her. I don't even know how she's been all these years." The woman asks in surprise, "What's your friend's name?" Manager Lee answers loudly, "Her name is Meng Meng. Boss, do you know her?" The woman smiles and asks Yang, "Is it really you?" As she says that, she shows him her own pendant. Manager Lee asks in shock, "How do you have a jade pendant exactly like mine? Could you be—" The woman interrupts, "Yes, I'm Meng Meng. You've changed so much since we were kids. You look so handsome now. Didn't I tell you over and over not to work yourself so hard?" Manager Lee smiles and says, "You're right. From now on, we'll never be separated again." The woman smiles and says, "Look, I have my own company now. You've been through so much all these years. If you hadn't worked so hard to put me through college, I would never have made it this far. Everything I have today is because of you." Manager Lee asks hesitantly, "Meng Meng, will you marry me?" The woman replies emotionally, "Yes, I will. First, we'll buy a house, then we'll take our wedding photos, and after that, we'll go on our honeymoon. I finally found what I'd been searching for all this time." With that, she walks away. The man happily follows behind her. A few days later, the young woman walks into the office, sees the man sitting there, and asks angrily, "Hey, what are you doing sitting outside our company?" The man replies sadly, "I came to the city looking for someone. I still haven't found her, and I've run out of money." The young woman says seriously, "Actually, our company needs someone to handle odd jobs. Would you be willing to do that?" The man smiles and replies, "Yes, absolutely. I'd be happy to." Hearing that, the young woman smiles and says, "All right, then come with me." A few moments later, the man is carrying a large water jug on his shoulder when he accidentally bumps into his boss. The impact causes the boss's purse to fall to the floor. The man quickly bends down to pick it up, but as he does, he notices a jade pendant attached to the purse. He stares at the pendant in shock for a few moments before silently handing the purse back to his boss. The woman asks calmly, "Are you new here? I don't think I've seen you before." The secretary smiles and says, "Yes, boss. A while ago, I found him outside the company in a really desperate situation, so I hired him to help with odd jobs around the office." The man interrupts and asks the boss, "How did you get my jade pendant?" The secretary says angrily, "That's our boss's pendant." The woman smiles and asks, "Yes, it is my jade pendant. Why do you think something I own belongs to you?" The man apologizes, "I'm sorry. For a moment, I thought it was mine." The secretary says angrily, "How is that even possible? Those matching jade pendants belong to our boss and the manager. They were childhood friends, and they're getting married very soon." The man says in shock, "The manager's jade pendant, and they're getting married soon?" The woman asks seriously, "Yes, but do you also have a jade pendant exactly like this?" The man replies sadly, "Yes, I do. I brought it with me because I was searching for the woman I love, but I couldn't find her." The woman asks calmly, "What's the name of the woman you love?" The man hesitates before answering, "Her name is Meng Meng. A while ago, she wrote me a letter asking me to come here, but the manager told me there was no one by that name at this company. Now I don't know what to do." The secretary asks hesitantly, "Are you sure? Our boss's name is Meng Meng too." The man asks in surprise, "Your name is Meng wrong, Meng? Is it really you? The woman asks in shock. Are you young? I kept thinking you looked so familiar. What else did the manager say to you? The man says hesitantly, Meng, you know that while you were in school, I sent you money every month. I only kept 300 yuan for myself. A while ago, I received your letter asking me to come see you. I was so happy that I couldn't sleep all night. The next morning, I packed my things and came to find you. But then, repeating what the manager had said, he continues, brother, how about this? Give me those two things first. I'll keep an eye out for her around the company. If I find her, I'll give them to her. For now, you should head home. That's how the manager took my letter and my jade pendant. The woman says angrily, now I understand everything. Secretary, bring the manager to my office. The secretary replies, yes, then she walks away. The woman turns to the man and says, you come to my office too. Come with me. A few moments later, the woman asks seriously, Yang, I've been searching for you all these years. I even wrote you letters every so often, but somehow I could never reach you. The man says painfully, I spent all those years working manual labor away from home. I never went back. All I wanted was to earn as much money as possible so you could start your own business. Whenever I thought about that, the hard work never felt difficult. I'm sorry. After everything you went through to become successful, I ended up working at your company doing odd jobs. The woman comforts him, don't worry. I'll make sure you get the justice you deserve. Just then, the secretary walks over and says, boss, the manager went to get the car. He should be here any minute. The woman replies calmly, all right, I understand. Go back to your work. The secretary leaves. At that moment, the manager walks into the office and says, honey, why did you call me here so urgently? Then he looks at the man and says, what are you doing sitting here? Get up. The woman asks angrily, I don't even recognize you anymore. The manager smiles and asks, honey, what kind of joke is this? Aren't we getting married soon? The woman replies softly, manager, I'm afraid that wedding isn't going to happen. The manager says seriously, honey, why are you calling me manager? That sounds so distant. You should be calling me Yang. The woman says firmly, if I call you Yang, then who is he? The manager hesitates and says, isn't he just that poor guy from the countryside? Then he turns to the man angrily and says, what are you doing here? The woman says angrily, do you really think I can't recognize the real Yang because of the jade pendant? How dare you? How dare you pretend to be Yang right in front of me? The manager says nervously, honey, please listen to me. I only did all of this because I love you. Just look at him. He's just a poor country boy. How could he possibly be good enough for you? The woman snaps, enough. You call him a poor country boy? Do you even know how much he's sacrificed for me? I was truly blind to trust someone as heartless as you. You kept talking about love, but the truth is, you were never in love with me. You were in love with this company and my money. As the manager tries to speak, the woman cuts him off. Quiet. Manager, as of today, you're fired. Pack up your things and leave this company immediately. Hearing that, the manager storms out, making threats as he leaves. After the manager is gone, the woman says softly, I'm so sorry. I almost let my own eyes deceive me. Thank goodness we didn't lose each other again. And thankfully, it's still not too late. The man comforts her. It's okay, Meng. I'm not upset with you. I honestly thought you had forgotten me a long time ago. But knowing you've been searching for me all these years makes me so happy. As long as I'm with you, I'll always feel like the luckiest man in the world. The woman smiles and says, Young, you're still the same honest and kind-hearted person you've always been. You've already done so much for me. From now on, it's my turn to take care of you. Will you marry me? The man smiles and replies, yes, I will. I just hope that 50 years from now, you'll still love me the same way you do today. Friends, after years of being apart, the two were finally reunited. They cleared up every misunderstanding and chose to spend the rest of their lives together.